Ronald Acuna comes up limping. Hurts his hamstring. Ronald Acuna is on the IL. It's a grade 1. That means he's going to avoid serious IL time. So according to what I've read, it's best case scenario for a hamstring.
When he ran out of the box, I thought he tore his hamstring.
Yes. That's another thing with Acuna. And I remember this is like an old foolish baseball tweet that is so true. That's like Acuna will go down and you'll think this guy is out for the next 2 years. He'll go down with an injury and the guy is very animated and then just come back the next day and hit a leadoff home run. But the guy gets hurt more than fucking anyone. And it is a question of, is it becoming a problem in terms of Ronald Acuna and the injuries? We track down all the injuries and it's a deep injury history right now. Acuna is 28. This is what year? 7th year in MLB, 8th year in MLB. Came up in 2018. Ninth year in MLB. So he's an old 28. He's 28, but he's been around for a long time. 2018, he missed 28 games with a knee injury. 2019, that was really his real breakout year. Only missed 4 games with an injury. So that year, he was completely healthy in 2019, led the league in steals, all-star, 5th in MVP voting at 21 years old. That was his first full healthy season. 2020, shortened season, but he missed 14 games. So he missed 23% of the season that year with a wrist and hamstring injury. 2021 got off to a hot start, but tears his ACL, misses 73 games. So in 2022, he misses the first 20 games of the season with that ACL. Then also has a minor groin injury, quad injury, foot injury, knee and back injuries throughout that year. That was the worst year of his career in 2022, where he really wasn't right. Didn't look like he trusted his knee. Had a 112 OPS plus, only 15 homers for Acuna. Then came back in 2023. That's his second healthy season. And that was one of the best seasons we've ever seen, ever. This is a 40-70 season. Goes 40-40, leads the league in steals, 70 steals, on-base percentage, leads the league in on-base percentage, leads the league in OPS, and wins the MVP in 2023. That was his no injuries year. So the 2 no injury years, amazing years. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that, but Acuna's 2019. I'm sure there's been guys at 21 years old. I mean, I'm sure Juan Soto's age 21 was better than that, but it's up there with one of the best young seasons we've seen in recent times. Tears ACL again in 2024, misses 112 regular season games. 2025 misses the first 49 games of the season, misses another 15 games later on with an Achilles injuries. And that, if you're keeping track, is 2 ACL tears on the career, left knee and a right knee, a wrist injury, hamstring, quad, foot, back, and another hamstring injury again. So the guy has been hurt all over his body. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. That's actually Jack's joke when we were talking about Chris Bryant back in the day. And it was so funny. I remember it over a year later, Jack. Amazingly done. So Acuna, at age 28, he's played 851 games. So he's missed about 377 games due to injuries in his career. About 30% of his career so far has been missed due to injuries. Despite that, still has 5 All-Stars, 3 Silver Sluggers, an MVP, 188 home runs with 212 steals. So we're not saying Acuna sucks. We are saying he gets injured a lot. Also, a little digging here on the StatCast numbers. Bat speed since 2023 is down 1.8 miles per hour for Acuna. So maybe that means that the injuries are lining up. Now, I don't really follow bat speed. It's kind of a new stat. I don't even know if that's that bad. 1.8 miles per hour. Mitchell, would you have a take on that?
I mean, his bat speed currently is still really good. 75.5 miles an hour, I think, would still be in the 85th, 90th percentile. But do you have a 1.8? 1.8 mile an hour bat decrease is pretty substantial. Yes.
And that's early on in the season. I don't really know, but that's something maybe it's because he gets hurt all the time. His home to first is way down, or way up. 10th of a second slower to first base in 2026 than it was in 2023. And his sprint speed in 2021 was 29.4 feet per second. Now it is 26.8 feet per second. That is a decrease of 2.6 feet per second. He's got caught stealing 4 times this year. He leads the league in caught stealing, so not the fast, speedy guy of old. And that is the question: is the injury starting to worry you?
I think they always have, to be honest. Since his ACL tear in 2021, he's gotten comparisons to Eric Davis, who was a kind of a big star for the Reds in the late 80s, early 2000s. And Eric Davis might have been the most dynamic player in baseball in that span, but he never had a healthy season. The most games Davis ever played was 135. Acuna has, like you mentioned, played full seasons before, but he's only played more than 119 games twice now, 2023 and 2019. He's played under 100 games 5 times in his career now. So I think they've always been a concern. I think every season you go into it just hoping he can finally play a full season, and it just hasn't happened.
When he plays a full season, he goes off. I mean, he goes off in his half seasons too. He's never really had a bad season other than 2022, which was a bad season. Last year, he had a great season. He only played 95 games last year, but a freaking 163 OPS plus for Ronald Acuna Jr. But what is the best predictor of future injuries, Mitchell?
Past injuries.
Past injuries. And he has a shit ton of past injuries. Let's put your GM hat on. Would you give him an extension right now?
The Braves fan in me says absolutely, but like from a GM perspective, he plays like a $400 million player when he's able to play. But he has so much time missed. Just creating a contract that works from a player's perspective and a team perspective is really difficult.
Yeah, because if you miss 30% of your potential games from age 20 to 28, what is that? What does the metrics on that? What does it project? What percentage of games are you going to miss from 28 to 38? You know, if you're going to sign him to a 10-year deal, someone's going to offer him a 10-year deal. I don't think it's going to be the Atlanta Braves. When is his contract up?
So his deal still has 2 team options remaining. So he has a team option for $17 million in 2027 and one in 2028.
And the Braves are going to take that because he's on the most team-friendly deal ever, still, even with the injuries.
I mean, those are no-brainers. You could Merrill Kelly for the Diamondbacks, right? He signed for $18 million. So, and he's been quite bad this year. Those are no-brainers. I think if you're the Braves and you want to keep Acuna, the best opportunity that you have is right now because of those team options. But from the same perspective, it's like if you're the Braves, you know that Acuna is going to be worth at least $250 million. Can you offer him a deal like that? Like a team like the Dodgers, they don't really care if their player goes down because they have unlimited resources. They can pay for the potential and then they can eat the loss if those players are injured. The Braves, I mean, they have one of the higher payrolls in baseball. I don't know where they sit right now. It's top 5 though, I believe. But they don't necessarily have the resources to have a big contract.
Yeah, and I mean,
with that type of risk.
And Acuna's been asking for a contract like that for years. He keeps saying that, comes out and says, I want to be a Braves for life. I want to be a Brave for life, because he wants to kind of get out of that like extremely team-friendly deal, which I'm sure he regrets signing even with all these injuries. But it is, I mean, 9 steals last year, 95 games. He is not the 40-40 player of old. He's not going to be stealing like that anymore. His defense is
his defense has never been that good, but since 2021, I think he's been well below average. And I don't blame him. If you tear your ACL going back on a ball, it's probably going to scar you for life. Like every time you go back on a ball, you've got that in your head.
He is the king of the short strides out there. He runs like the pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean, you know? And that's also how Ozuna runs. Short. He does shuffle steps to get to the ball. He does look scared around the walls. He's a fragile guy, man. His body's a little fragile. We love him to death, but
yeah, I mean, if I was in charge of contracts, I'd still give him an extension, but that's from like a fan perspective. I want Ronald Acuna.
Well, let me ask you this. He's got a 740 OPS right now this season. So early on in the season, it'd be his worst year of his career other than 2022, obviously. So not Acuna level. He was heating up before this injury, but if he's getting a hammy right now while hitting 740, what do you expect the rest of his year to be?
I mean, to be fair, though, Acuna's had some of the worst luck in baseball when it comes to expected versus actual metrics. There's a stat on Baseball Savant called homers versus expected homers. And the way Acuna's hit the ball, he's missed out on about two or three homers. And if you flip homers to outs, I mean, that's a big difference. 3 homers to 3 outs this early in the season makes a huge difference on your OPS. I wasn't too concerned about how he's played so far because he's hit the ball really well. The ball just hasn't carried out of the park, and they've just gone for flyouts.
Well, my only advice to Acuna, work on some stretching, some dynamic stretching, get some rest, a lot of sleep, maybe some muscle milk.
And don't hustle.
And yeah, don't hustle when you don't need to. But also you want to be confident. But I feel like, you get all those injuries, you kind of, you get a little gun shy. You get a little gun shy. But if you can hit, you can hit. I mean, our boy, Chipper Jones, I always bring that up with Acuna. That guy had 6 knee surgeries throughout his career. 6 knee surgeries. But what did he do his whole career? He fucking hit. So if Acuna can fucking hit, sorry for cursing, then it's all good. But he needs to stay on the field.